Now we're gonna need Andrew, Matt, Reese, Garrison, John, and Tim.
Alright.
The way this is gonna work is they're going to tell you a story. They're going to tell you a story all together. And they can only speak when my dad is pointing at them. So, first we need a story for them to tell. So what's the title of a story that has never been invented?
The cat who licked the stuffing.
The cat who licked the stuffing.
The audience is funnier than you.
So let us see the cat who licked the stuffing story.
Now, a note on this storytelling style. When I point at them, they must talk. When I take my finger away, they must stop. They must stop even if they're in the middle of a word. If they don't stop, I will call them out and they must go to the bench in shame. Okay, not in shame, they just have to go. And then we'll start a new chapter. If they do successfully stop when I pull away and point at the next person, they have to start mid-word as well. So it's going to be complicated, and I will start pointing faster as the story goes on. So first, chapter 1 of Say It With Me. The cat who licked the stuffing.
There once was a cat who was very ambitious in life. He had many goals. One of his main goals in life was to make the best stuffing ever.
However, he managed to find many awful recipes along the way, including one very sticky one.
When he found the sticky one, he made it and gave it to his friends, and all of his friends were no longer his friends.
And the reason why they were no longer his friends is because the stuffing was way too sticky.
They couldn't talk anymore. It was horrible. They couldn't meow, they couldn't do anything.
Because the stuffing
Oh, sorry, Reese said because, Matt said because. That is a repeated word. Matt is out.
Oh, wow.
Very hard.
See, it's different when you're the first one.
This is harsh.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
All right, chapter 2 of
The cat who licked the
Stuffing. So, this cat, he had to go find new friends to try all of his new stuffing recipes, so he went to the pet store to go get more friends.
However, at the pet store, he found hamsters and birds and fish who he enjoyed tasting rather nicely, but he did not find any cats.
So he concluded that the only place to find cats was at Cat Mart.
He went to Cat Mart, and sadly, there was no cats.
There was absolutely no cats to be seen anywhere in
Cat Mart.
So he went to Dog Mart, and surprisingly, there were cats there. And
He decided to break all of the cats out.
After freeing his feline friends, he ran out of there saying, "Come with me if you want stuffing!"
And they were like, stuffing? All right, sure, why not?
So they went to his house and tried his stuffing.
And realized that he still didn't have the right recipe.
And all their mouths got stuck together, and they couldn't meow anymore or breathe. He had to find new friends.
Again!
so he went to Bird Mart and decided just to get birds because they're cool, right?
Upon releasing all the birds saying, "Come, don't have my stuffing," the birds followed him anxiously, wondering, what's this cat mean? He's insane, but he brought them to his house anyway, and he
Gave them the stuffing.
because he was really
Desperate.
To have people
over.
to
Try.
stuffing.
He went along with his new bird friends and said, "This stuffing is very special."
And
Then he got the stuffing.
and gave it to all of his...
Friends
And they were no...
longer alive.
So they didn't really eat a whole lot.
The cat concluded that he had tried this procedure too many times,
And so he would try a new one.
but then he thought, what was it
That
made dreams
come.
True.
It was Disney World.
So he took all the birds to the tiki hut room at Magic Kingdom.
Dumb.
And brought his stuffing with him.
And he brought all the birds.
Along.
As well.
To Disney World.
With him.
Tim's got nothing. He's
Yeah.
sitting down. That was quite a lengthy chapter, with some surprising turns in it. I cannot wait to see what happens with this cat next in the story of
The cat who licked the stuffing.
So the cat started to wonder, what was it that made his stuffing so bad?
Was it the glue?
Was it the tree sap?
Or was it the bald guy's head grease?
So he decided, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot.
And he licked the stuffing.
A rainbow of magical abilities filled his eyes as this feline discovered there was a whole new world beneath this stuffing.
It was magic stuffing.
And he was become more magical with it. Was becoming.
More magical with it.
And
Oh,
He went on to his journey.
throughout Disney World,
with this magic filled in his
bodying. So with this new magic, he concluded that he can now take over Disney
world.
And
So
he
decided
to
continue
to find
the king of Disney.
World
but he found out
that he was no longer alive.
Walt's Rosenhead is still in charge of Disney World.
So the cat concluded
that he
can
Only
find the
head in
Oh, sorry, in. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Andrew. Good job, but all right. The cat has met Walt's frozen head. What on earth is going to happen next? All right, in chapter 4 of
The cat who licked the stuffing.
and so he found the head of Walt.
Disney. And he decided that he should lick that as well.
He licked it, and the head opened its eyes and said, if you want
To be the king of Walt Disney World.
You must complete 3 tasks.
1, you have to ride It's a Small World 100 times.
2, you have to take out Mickey Mouse.
And 3, you need to take out Minnie Mouse on a date.
These were horrifying tasks. Except for, the second one. But he went on this journey anyway.
Of riding It's a Small World.
Earled
100
times.
in
1
day.
and
It was horrifying.
ying.
Because he knew his next task was to take out the mouse. And cats like taking out mice, eating them, but this one was rather large and furry.
And humanoid.
So he decided while on It's a Small World how to take out Mickey Mouse.
And so he did.
Ugh.
He took
Out
Mickey Mouse with a shotgun. Then he reloaded
the shotgun and
ought
him
again
just
for
the
fun.
it. And so he decided his last task would be the hardest. He had to take a mouse out on a date.
Which is bad because he just killed her ex-boyfriend. So, he dressed up really nice in a...
Tux, a nice bow tie.
And dress shoes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I stopped pointing. Oh no! I got him. All right, and now the final chapter of The Cat Who Licked the Stuffing. Who knew where stuffing would lead?
No, us not.
And remember, whoever survives this has to tell the moral.
Okay.
So the cat went up to Minnie and said, "Hey you, come with me to the Country Bear Jamboree."
She said, well, who are you?
And he said, "I am Figaro."
The cat from Pinocchio.
And Minnie was very happy to see Figaro,
Again,
because she,
hadn't seen him
since House of Mouse days
back in the old days
of
your...
television watching enjoyments.
Because they were dedicated to children's...
Television.
And
So he said, "Please come with me." And Minnie looked at him and said, "All right. Do you have a
airy godmother?
or a
Friend?
or a
Friendly bit of advice?
or a
Flashy car?
or perhaps
A giant...
enormous
Tell us the moral of the story.
The moral of the story is get a fast pass.